What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 33, and we start today's episode off with a game against West Bromwich Albion. Of course, just had the international break with Belgium won our 2 games against Hungary and Wales, so it was now time to get back to club business with Norwich City. And of course, we come on the back of a great 1-0 victory over Manchester United at Old Trafford. And so far, of course, I remind I do show the league table at the start of every month, and I usually show it before each game, but unfortunately I forgot about it this one. But anyway, so far currently sitting in 7th. Of course, we won 3 games and lost 1 in our opening 4 games of the season so far. So it was a really decent summer. That was in my last episode. I brushed on it. We've had a really decent summer, and now we're just looking to push on. Really, now we're looking to push on, and because in a month or two's time, I want to be sitting in the top 4. I know it's a really difficult aim, but I firmly believe we can do it. I really do. We got off to a great start. We just got to push on now. But anyway, yeah, we do take on West Brom, and in the 4th minute we had the first chance of the game. Gary Hooper got played through there, but unfortunately the former Celtic striker could only put the ball wide, so still 0-0. In the 29th minute, Townsend picks the ball up here, takes aim from range, but unfortunately Ben Foster is equal to his fantastic shot from outside the area, and from the resulting corner, Townsend eventually crosses the ball in towards the centre. It comes towards Sebastian Basson, but his header is cleared away off the line. So unfortunately it was still 0-0. We were looking very threatening, and in the 45th minute on the stroke of half time we had the last chance of the first half when Ross Barkley collected the ball and gave it to Gary Hooper. Hooper found Anthony, is it Martial or Marshall? Some of you guys have been telling me it's Martial, but I'm pronouncing it like Court Martial. But anyway, the French striker releases the ball down left hand side. Redmond cuts inside, and unfortunately his shot takes a deflection and goes just wide of Ben Foster's post, and from the resulting corner from Townsend it was headed away, or cleared away I should say, and it did finish at 0-0 for the first half. So yeah, still 0-0. Very frustrating first half, unfortunately, failing to get the better of West Brom. I've noticed that for some reason it's so much harder to break down the AI now. It really is. I think it's because of the new patch. It's really hard to get chances. But anyway, in the 71st minute we had best chance of the game. The French striker again, not sure whether it's Marshall or Martial. I thought it was Marshall, like, Court Martial, or Army Marshal or whatever, but apparently a few of you said it's Martial. If it's Martial, let me know in the comments and I'll change it from now on. But the French striker had a great chance, went 1-1, but only had myself to blame. A terrible shot which was easily saved by Ben Foster, and it was still 0-0. And from the corner, Barkley crossed it towards the far post. However, Leroy Fur's header went straight into the gloves of Ben Foster, so still 0-0. It was all us in this game. We were dominating West Brom. They only had like 1 chance in the whole game until the 77th minute when Victor Anichebe released Chris Brunt, and unfortunately the Northern Irish man put the ball into the back of the net. So with 13 minutes to go, it was all Norwich in this game, yet West Brom had the only goal of the game, and I just knew, I only had myself to blame. If we were going to lose this game, I would only have myself to blame. So 1-0 to West Brom, just weren't taking my chances. West Brom took their only one basically, and unfortunately the Baggies were in front. But straight from kickoff we tried to go with a direct route. It did not work. Like I say, it's ever since the patches came out, it's so much harder to break down the opposition by passing and just playing simple balls through. But it seems as though one thing that hasn't been toned down and one thing that is still really OP is well, you know what's going to happen, don't you? Headers. It's ridiculous. I mean, wasn't the patch supposed to fix headers and finesses, or am I wrong about that? I'm pretty sure the patch was meant to fix this sort of thing. But Martial, or Marshall, however you want to pronounce it, gets the goal here with an OP header there to make it 1-1. And straight from kickoff, West Brom collect the ball here and give the ball away. Leroy Fer with some great work to win the ball back here. Gives it to our French striker here, Martial. Plays the ball out wide, back to Leroy Fer. Good chance here. Keeps the ball on, crosses it towards the far post, and again, it is another OP header. Nathan Redmond this time, 2 quick headers in quick succession. Martial and Redmond with the goals, and that completes a fantastic turnaround. So from 1-0 down to leading by 2 goals to 1 in a 7-minute gap, that was a fantastic turnaround, and I was delighted to get the 3 points. But yeah, it's kind of weird, the patch has been out now, so all of the games you'll be seeing from this point on are played under the new patch, which is 1.02 I think it is. And yeah, it's crazy. I was just following what I found on Twitter, but I was pretty sure that headers and finesse shots were supposed to be really toned down now because they were so OP, but no, it seems in that game the headers are still as strong as ever. But anyway, yeah, 2-1 victory. Very pleased to turn it around after it looked as though we were going to lose that game, and I only would have had myself to blame, but thankfully I didn't need to blame myself. So 2-1 the victory, and the following game we take on Elfsborg for our first Europa League group stage game. Of course, a reminder, our group is Fiorentina, Vitória, the Portuguese side, and of course the Swedish side, Elfsborg. So as I said said before in the last episode, I think it was, it's an okay group. It's not too strong. You know, I mean, Elfsborg are, I think I'm right in saying this, I think in real life they're the Swedish champions, might be wrong. And of course Vitória, a Portuguese side, which I don't know too much about. Of course Fiorentina are a strong side, so, you know, they're okay. The teams here are okay, but I still believe we've got it in us to win maximum points in the games against Elfsborg and Vitória, and possibly a win against Fiorentina in there as well. So I feel we've got the capability to go ahead and collect a qualification to the knockout stages. But I'm still going to be taking the competition really seriously. You know, you see some managers just rest the entire side for this competition. I'm still going to take it seriously. I have rested a few players, of course, putting players like Chambers into the side and Olsen instead of Shaw. I have rested a few players, I know that, but I do want to kind of rotate the squad, yet include some first team players in there as well. You know, just to keep it fresh, and also to make sure that the first team players don't miss out on European action and miss out on development. You know, I don't want to take out like a player like Jack Butland, who needs the development in these games, where, you know, he's not going to lose any stamina because he's a keeper. So there you go. But anyway, Billy Sharp had the first chance of the game here, but he put his shot wide, so still 0-0. But in the 18th minute, Yaya Sanogo collects the ball, gives it back to Billy Sharp. Sharp cuts through past his man here, holds the ball off, plays it back through to Sanogo. Sanogo rolls it through to Dale Jennings, and again, it's a terrible miss by me. Only myself to blame at the moment. Some awful misses in this episode, so still 0-0. But in the 36th minute, Dale Jennings collects the ball here, and we try and run down left-hand side with pace. Jennings has a lot of pace, only 2-star skills though, I didn't know that. So Jennings has got a lot of pace, but the skills weren't there. But even so, he rolled the ball off to Olsen. Olsen tries to find Jennings, it's cleared away, only as far as Leroy Fur, who collects it, and the Dutchman gives it to Jennings. He finds Billy Sharp, and what a strike that is by Billy Sharp. Absolutely fantastic. Finds the top corner, pulls out the Michael Jackson moonwalk. That was lovely from Sharp as he rifles the ball into the top corner. So Elfsborg 0, Norwich 1, and in the 51st minute, it was all us in this game. In the 51st minute, Sharp releases Sanogo here. Sanogo with the step over, gets past his man, goes 1-on-1. Can he finish? No, he can't. Fantastic save by the goalkeeper. Should have put it away, but even so, great save. Still 1-0. And in the 65th minute, Elfsborg had a great chance here as they came forward. Played the ball inside, but I think it was Holt who had the shot. He could only put the ball wide, so still 1-0. Elfsborg finally getting themselves back into the game after a very disappointing first half. But in the 75th minute, Beckman collects the ball. Good save by Jack Butland from his shot, and oh my god, you probably saw it there. Callum Chambers just seems to collapse. I pressed square because I wanted to rifle the ball behind for a corner, because I didn't want to clear it in a congested penalty area, and instead he just slide tackles. I didn't realise I was so far away from the ball, but he tackles thin air, and it's Elfsborg 1, Norwich 1. But in the 81st minute, Smalling wins the ball back with a great challenge and plays a great ball through to Nathan Redmond. Redmond goes down the right hand side here, little deflection, it almost goes through to the bottom corner, and Sharp at the far post unfortunately had such a tight angle, he just couldn't convert it. It was really unfortunate. I mean, it would have been a really lucky goal had it somehow found the bottom corner, but it did find Sharp, and unfortunately Billy Sharp could only hit the post. So still 1-1, and from the resulting corner, it goes up in the air towards Dale Jennings. Elfsborg failed to clear it. Jennings keeps the ball alive here. Eventually Elfsborg do manage to get the ball away though, but we keep the pressure on. It comes to Olsen. Olsen plays it out wide to Michael Turner here. Turner rolls it through back to Olsen. Olsen then finds Teddy. Teddy rolls the ball through to Nathan Redmond, but he puts his shot wide, and the game does finish 1-1. So only myself to blame. Didn't take those chances, and unfortunately we only get a point when we should have had 3 to start off our Europa League campaign. But as always guys, a big thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like, that's much appreciated. It really does help my channel out, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode tomorrow afternoon.